All right, crew. Corwin Duncan with Sharper Mind Training. Be sure to like and subscribe to this. Like this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and more importantly, click on the link down below to sign up for my emails. Cool. Now, today we're talking about fight or flight state, nervous system activation, all that stuff that gets in the way sometimes of being your focused, relaxed, calm self that you want to be in pretty much every situation, but especially handling challenges. Now, in particular, what I want to talk about is the fact that when we're thinking about fencing competitions, we think about nervous system activation, right? Getting into a fight or flight state where your muscles are a little bit tense, your thoughts might be racing. We always need a little bit of that to compete, but we don't want it to go too far. When we're talking about competitions, we're talking about a short-term state of activation, what you might call an acute activated state. But you can also be in a longer-term activated state. Let's say if you're going to be moving soon and you're trying to deal with all the stress of getting your things packed up, or if something really stressful happens in your life and you're trying to deal with that. A great example of the past few years is in 2020, the constant uncertainty of not just what's happening with the pandemic, but what's the best way to act? Can I see my friends? Do I have to stay shut up in a room all by myself? If I see my friends, am I putting them in danger? That kind of overarching uncertainty creates a huge amount of stress that can be kind of invisible because it's going on for a long time. So my point here today is that we can carry stress longer term and be in an overall higher state of activation without even realizing it at times. And this is similar to an analogy I often use with my clients of walking around with a backpack full of bricks. And those bricks are your level of stress. And sometimes you just got an extra 20 bricks in that backpack that you're carrying with you all the time until whatever it is that's going on is resolved. Now, there's one more thing to add to this, and I'll get more into this later in other videos, but some people just get an extra special gift of a huge handful of bricks handed to them from time to time because of past stress that comes back, that gets triggered, and they relive it all over again. The most sort of extreme case of this we call PTSD, or post-traumatic stress disorder, when there was a traumatic stress so severe that it caused disorder around that, right? So it comes back in the future to sort of haunt you. But even if it's not quite to that extent, you might still have something from your childhood when you had a really scary event happen, or a friend of mine had a really poor experience with medical treatment, and these kinds of experiences come back and cause stress later and can put you into an elevated state of activation for weeks or at a time, sometimes even months. And I guess first of all, just, hey, that's a thing that can happen. Second of all, when you're having a rough time, step back, notice, be nice to yourself. There might be a little bit more going on internally than you're aware of on a conscious level. Because when we're in an overactivated state, our options narrow. We can't think through things as fully. We're not as creative. We're not as able to see all of the different possibilities. And generally, we react with more tension. Obviously, there's more that happens, but that's just briefly. Sometimes stress gets us messed up. We don't respond to things the way we want to respond. But still, be nice to yourself in those situations. All right, that does it for me today, except for one more note in case you are wondering. Yes, my beard is shorter today. I trimmed it this morning. It's going to get a little bit more trim and tight as I go from the scruffy mountain man look to the sleek, refined mountain man look. So keep your eyes peeled for that, and be sure to subscribe to see the progress. All right, that's all we got for today. Thank you so much. Click on the link to subscribe or the other link to watch another video. And I'll see you next time.